So we're on the way to the theatre hall ruins, and on the path leading to the theatre hall I've come across this ruin. It looks to me as though it was a guardhouse of some type, because there are a number of defensive perimeter installations in different zones or circles around the Berghof, and this would have been one of those, a type of checkpoint and miniature barrack for the guardsmen of the SS, of course, Leibstandarte Adolf Hitler.
In the area around the Theaterhalle ruins, there are a number of these types of ruined buildings. These are workers' living quarters and industrial buildings, which were part of both the Antenberg Hill complex as well as the Lager Ludwigshöhe, where people would live and workers would live and create different products, both to support the construction of the Kehlstein house, the Kehlstein road construction in 1937, and of course the building of the General Obersalzberg complex in and around that time.
The 1930s and 1940s saw an enormous amount of construction here at the Führerkomplex at the Obersalzberg in Berchtesgaden. And from the villages that were built to house the workmen and the housing for the many staff that worked here, to the expansion of Hitler's house, the Berghof, of course, through to the elaborate bunker systems that were being built. There were a lot of workers here, and Hitler wanted to make sure that the workers were looked after. And so he ordered the construction of a theatre hall, the Große Theaterhalle. And this, unfortunately, no longer exists, but we are at the theatre hall ruins. We can have a look at that today. So when I first heard about the theatre hall ruins, I didn't think it was going to be particularly spectacular, but I was wrong. We've got obviously these concrete pillars, the foundations, and the hall itself was a very large wooden hall. Now you can see here, very typical of German concrete work. Very heavy reinforcement rods being used. Let's make you wonder what exactly is underneath this collapsed structure that could still be considered original and from World War II. See here that it's not frequented by too many humans. You can just imagine, after a very hard day work and labor, to come to the Theaterhalle at the Obersalzberg, the Berghof, and be rewarded with, I'm sure, some sort of form of Riefenstahl magic or other type of National Socialist propaganda. They would have lapped it up, they would have loved it. I'm sure at some point the German authorities will demolish these ruins, as they have been doing with all other ruins. I'm just checking that I'm not in some sort of bull herd. You can certainly hear the bells. Holy Jesus, that thing is serious. It's got very large horns on it. Okay, I've got an alpine bull right in front of me at the Theater Halle. Is this the very last Klovekorn the Relic Hunter episode? Now it looks like it's 100 zillion meters away, but that is actually about 50 meters. Man, look at the horns on that thing. It's like one of those Viking skull horns. It's huge. Isn't that great? Achtung! So this is the circumference. The big pillar there, all of this was hall, all of that to there. So it's a very, very large theatre hall. So this is a beautiful find. Bulk plate from the Theater Halle.